The story unfolds with a graceful young woman named Isabel, who's been regularly seeing a psychiatrist named Martin for guidance. She visits him often, trying to cope with a troubling pattern, recurring dreams that deeply unsettle her. In these dreams, she finds herself drawn into a romantic connection with a wealthy, middle-aged man. He invites her on lavish boat trips, urging her to unwind, embrace pleasure, and let go of her worries. These sessions gradually begin to stir something unspoken in Martin. Sensing his discomfort, Isabel playfully tests his boundaries, until one day, she abruptly ends their session, leaving Martin in quiet distress. Feeling conflicted and uneasy, Martin quickly contacts Isabel's father, Frank, a successful attorney. He informs him that he can no longer continue her therapy, which frustrates Frank, since Isabel has always struggled to connect with mental health professionals. With no clear solution, Frank's wife Claudia suggests a different approach, a peaceful retreat to their countryside villa. Though hesitant at first, Frank is moved by Claudia's optimism and agrees, holding on to the hope that this trip might be the turning point in rebuilding their fragile bond with Isabel. When Isabel arrives home, her father Frank confronts her with visible frustration about how things went with Martin. Though Isabel tries to explain her side, her words only seem to intensify his anger. He demands that she start packing for the upcoming trip, and when she refuses, he threatens to cut off her financial support. Left with little choice, Isabel finally agrees. The next morning, the family begins their journey, leaving the city far behind. Isabel, uninterested and withdrawn, doesn't even ask where they're going. Upon arriving, they're welcomed by a cheerful woman named Vivian, who shows them around a scenic villa nestled in the countryside. Although the estate is beautiful, Isabel becomes annoyed by Vivian's non-stop talking, until something unexpected catches her eye: a striking man named Matt, working on the property. Later, Matt instructs his colleague Fabio to tend to the garden and pick ripe fruits. As they work, they briefly discuss Frank's family, who plan to stay for an entire month. Fabio, however, doubts they'll last that long. Most guests don't. Meanwhile, Isabel relaxes by the pool, but quickly grows irritated when she discovers there's no phone signal. Frustrated, she storms off to confront Frank and Claudia, upset and demanding to know where they brought her. Hoping for a solution, she later asks Matt about getting internet access to contact her friends. Matt gently explains that there's no reception in the area and encourages her to make the most of the peaceful surroundings instead. That evening, Claudia mentions her brother Alessandro's upcoming wedding in 2 days, inviting Isabel to join, but Isabel firmly declines. Later that night, Isabel notices Matt and Vivian enjoying drinks together. Curious, she walks over, hoping to join them, but by the time she arrives, the moment has passed. Matt, needing rest for the busy day ahead, politely says goodnight and leaves, leaving Isabel quietly disappointed. The next morning, Isabel catches a glimpse of Matt working out near his room, which only adds to her growing curiosity about him. That same day, Frank and Claudia once again invite her to attend Alessandro's wedding. Isabel remains quiet, giving no response. Sensing her distance, Claudia decides to speak with her alone. Although Claudia is not her biological mother, she speaks from the heart, telling Isabel that she truly wants to build a friendship, not replace anyone. She shares how, after losing her first husband, all she ever wanted was a fresh start and a loving family she could call her own. Soon after Frank and Claudia leave for the day, Isabel approaches Matt and Fabio, pleading with them to take her back to the city. Matt, however, gently declines, saying he's got work to do. With a playful smile, he adds that if she's really desperate to leave, she'll have to walk. Later, when she crosses paths with Matt again, Isabel opens up, confessing that she hates being stuck there. Everything feels too quiet, too empty. Matt listens patiently, then offers a different perspective. Maybe she hasn't truly experienced the beauty of the place yet. With a calm tone, he suggests she wake up at 5 a.m. the next morning and join him in his daily work, to see the countryside from a whole new angle. At sunrise, Isabel arrives right on time, ready to take on the day's tasks. Matt is already waiting and guides her through the morning routine, removing dry branches, clearing spoiled fruit, tidying the storage area, and eventually harvesting fresh produce alongside Fabio and Vivian. Isabel surprises everyone by working diligently without complaint. Matt is quietly impressed and thanks her with genuine appreciation, later inviting her to stay for a simple meal. After their chores are done, the two go for a walk together. During their stroll, Isabel gently asks Matt if he's seeing anyone. She admits she enjoys being around him and has started to feel something deeper. Matt tells her he's single. Life on the farm has kept him so busy that he's never had much time for romance. Isabel shares that she's single too and subtly tries to grow closer, but Matt kindly excuses himself, saying he needs to get some rest. The next morning, Isabel waits near the storage shed, ready to start the day with Matt. Together, they collect eggs from the chicken coop, and Matt assigns her more tasks. But Isabel becomes distracted when she notices the warm friendship between Matt and Vivian. It stirs a bit of jealousy in her. After the workday ends, Isabel turns the tables and invites Matt to dinner, proudly saying she'll cook the meal herself. But the only problem, she doesn't actually know how to cook. Fortunately, she runs into Fabio and asks for his help in the kitchen. As they prepare the meal, Isabel curiously asks about Matt and Vivian's relationship. Fabio smiles and reassures her. They've known each other since childhood and are more like siblings than anything else. He then opens up about his own past, revealing that he once performed in a traveling circus. But after an accident left him injured, he could no longer continue. That's when Matt offered him a place on the farm, and he's been part of the team ever since. After dinner, Matt soon realizes the meal wasn't Isabel's own creation. She sheepishly admits that Fabio helped with the cooking, and even confesses that she had asked Fabio about Matt's relationship with Vivian. Matt reassures her that Vivian has always been close to his family. They practically grew up together. Unlike the night before, Isabel takes a small but meaningful step. She gently hugs Matt before he heads off to rest. That simple moment brings her a sense of warmth and comfort. When Frank and Claudia return to the villa, they're pleasantly surprised to see a noticeable change in Isabel. She's more lively, more at peace. During one of her walks with Matt, she opens up about her past. Her biological mother passed away from cancer when she was just 13, and with her father always working, she was raised mostly by a nanny. Now, growing closer to Matt and adjusting to farm life, she even asks her father and Claudia if they can help Matt with some of the daily work. Slowly, bridges begin to form, and Claudia expresses hope that maybe, just maybe, they can finally be a real family. Not long after, Isabel invites Frank and Claudia for dinner, announcing that she and Vivian will be handling the meal. Her parents are stunned. Isabel, cooking? True to her word, she teams up with Vivian in the kitchen. As they prepare the food, they talk about Isabel's past travels, especially her trip to Corsica. During their conversation, Vivian senses that rain might be coming, so Isabel quickly suggests moving the dinner to the barn. The change of scenery only adds to the charm of the evening. As everyone gathers around the table, Isabel shares her recent experiences helping Matt around the farm. Curious, she asks Claudia how she and Frank met. Claudia warmly recounts how, after the death of her husband, she needed legal help with inheritance issues, and that's when she met Frank. One meeting turned into several, and eventually feelings grew between them. Just as the evening seems to be settling into something truly special, chaos strikes. Two masked intruders suddenly break into the villa, attempting to steal the family's valuables. Fortunately, before the situation could escalate, Matt and Fabio step in with swift action, confronting the intruders and overpowering them before they can take anything. Grateful yet shaken, Frank thanks them, and Matt sincerely apologizes, promising to be more cautious in the future. Seeing the tension in the air, Vivian suggests they all share a drink to ease their nerves. As the family gathers again, she opens up about her past, revealing that she and Matt once co-founded a successful software company. After selling it, Matt chose to invest his share into this peaceful farm, seeking an escape from the high-pressure chaos of the city. That night, inspired by what she heard, Isabel calls Matt to her room, not with anger, but with curiosity and honesty. She gently confronts him, asking why he never told her he owned the villa. Matt quietly explains that he values a simple, humble life and prefers when people treat him for who he is, not for what he owns. Sometime later, Frank and Claudia sit down with Isabel for a heartfelt conversation. Encouraged by Claudia, Frank finally opens up about the emotional weight he's carried for years. He shares that, though he discovered Isabel's mother had once betrayed his trust, he chose not to divorce her. Buried in his work, he blamed himself for the distance that had grown between them. Then came the news that changed everything. Sarah was diagnosed with cancer. Isabel was only 13 when she passed away. Frank admits that guilt has followed him ever since. And through tears, he asks Isabel to give their family a second chance, to heal and to grow together. Deeply moved, Isabel begins to let her walls down. Later that evening, as Matt approaches her for a walk, Isabel gently takes his hand and leads him to her room. In that quiet moment, something beautiful blossoms. Not just romance, but a deep connection built on trust, kindness, and emotional healing. The next morning, Isabel searches for Matt, hoping to say goodbye before they leave the villa. It's the final day of their stay, and her family is packing up for the journey back to the city. As Frank and Claudia prepare to depart, Fabio and Vivian arrive to offer a heartfelt farewell gift. Isabel warmly thanks them, clearly touched by the bond she's formed. But just as they begin driving away, Isabel suddenly spots Matt in the distance. Without hesitation, she asks her father to stop the car. As she steps out, it becomes clear Isabel's connection with Matt is no fleeting emotion. With quiet determination, she tells her father she wants to stay behind and build a life with Matt. Frank at first hesitates. He's visibly uneasy about the idea of his daughter being with someone he believes is just a gardener. But then, Matt gently steps forward and reveals the truth, that he is, in fact, the owner of the entire estate. Hearing this, Frank's perspective shifts, and with a moment of thoughtful silence, he finally agrees to honor Isabel's choice. With her father's blessing, Isabel takes a step toward the future she truly wants, one rooted in sincerity, peace, and love. So friends, what would you do if you found yourself at a crossroads between love and trust? Would you be able to forgive someone who kept important truths from you? Or would you choose to walk away to protect your peace? Could you open your heart to love again if it meant healing and finding peace? Take a moment to reflect on these questions, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, hit the bell icon so you never miss our next video. See you in the next one. Until then, take care, stay healthy, and stay safe.